I used to suffer from Mr. Nice Guy syndrome, pretty much trying to please everybody, trying to be this perfect person so people could like me, wanting people to see me in a positive light, wanting people to classify me as a good person, wanting people to like me. And all of this stems from low confidence, low self-esteem, poor self-image, low social class, because the Mr. Nice Guy, they just want to be accepted and they don't want people to treat them how they feel about themselves truly. And it's one of those things where the Mr. Nice Guy is always a doormat, and that's what you become to people. People don't respect the Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy actually is very corny, if you ask me. I was once a nice guy, and I have no shame in saying it. I consider myself a good person, but to somebody else, I may be a bad person. To somebody else, I may be Mr. Nice Guy. It's all about perspective. But how I consider myself a good person. But at one point in time, I was Mr. Nice Guy, and I remember how I used to get treated by people, how I got treated by women, how I got treated by family, and it makes you very depressed and sad because you know that you're putting on a mask to mask how you truly feel about yourself, but you just don't want other people to treat you how you feel. Contrast to somebody that is considered arrogant, somebody that's considered overconfident. These kind of people you would think would get more hate, but a lot of times they get more love and respect. And the reason why is because they're showcasing a set of balls. They're showcasing that I'm going to get what I need to get no matter what. It's showcasing that I am a go-getter and I'm not going to stop for anybody when it comes to going after what I want. People like this are usually leaders. They're people that we respect, people that we want to be like. And the reason is because we admire strength. We don't admire weakness. Mr. Nice Guy exudes a lot of weakness. The arrogant asshole that we look at as arrogant and cocky. We can say all these things about this person, but we know deep down inside, we're going to respect them. We're going to follow their lead way more than we ever will with the Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy has no place in society. Society is not cut out for Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy is always going to be a doormat for every person that he or she encounters. And it's hard because it's a balance of having a little bit of being a good person mixed in with being a person that don't put up with no bullshit. A lot of us don't know how to balance that. I can tell you from being a former Mr. Nice Guy, the thing that really changed for me was realizing that I don't have to be a bad person. I don't have to go from contrast from being a Mr. Nice Guy to a Mr. Mean Guy. You don't have to be a bad person to get respect, to respect yourself. Because ultimately it's all about respecting yourself, right? Being a Mr. Nice Guy, you are jeopardizing your self-respect by being overly nice, being overly generous, and being willing to do things for people that probably wouldn't do it for you. And it's a sad case because it's just a vicious cycle. And the only thing you really can do at that point is take a moment to sit back and reflect on, how did I get here? And for a lot of us, it starts with us. A lot of things that we deal with get expressed from our internal infrastructure, our internal traumas, our internal childhood traumas, our internal teenage traumas, our adulthood traumas, things we experience in our family. A lot of our self-esteem and confidence is usually built as I believe a young child going into our teenage years. And when those years are compromised from a lot of bad experiences, I'm telling you, you will start to feel like you need to please everybody because you just want people to like you. You don't want to get treated bad. Nobody wants to get treated bad, right? So the person that we respect ultimately is always going to be the asshole. The one that is exuding confidence, that's exuding something that's called cockiness. And a lot of us don't understand, why do we put these people on a pedestal? And it's simply because they're showcasing, I don't care what you think, I'm gonna be who I am, I'm gonna say what I want to say, and I'm gonna do what I want to do. And that may sound like toxic masculinity, but we all know we respect that person. We're going to respect somebody like that. Right? So what I'm getting at is me being a former Mr. Nice Guy, I learned that I don't have to change myself. I'm a good guy. I'm a good person. I got a good heart. I see an old lady walking in, I'm going to open the door for her. You know? I'm not a person that's walking around here like I got to be an asshole to everybody just to prove my dominance. No, it's not about that. It's about understanding that at the end of the day, you got to realize this world does not reward people that are willing to be a doormat. You're going to have to be a boss, a leader. Somebody's going to walk through that door with your head held high. Somebody that's going to close the deal and do what's best for you and your people. Not worried about what it's going to make the other person feel like. Because at the end of the day, you have to be the one to make the hard choices. And you can't do that if you're being Mr. Nice Guy. Mr. Nice Guy is sweating. Mr. Nice Guy don't know what to do. He don't know left from right, right to left. He isn't a leader. She isn't a leader. So ultimately, the only way I was able to break out of being Mr. Nice Guy was I had to grow more self-love for myself. I had to spend more time with myself. I had to ask myself, why do I feel like I have to be so nice? Overly nice. Why? I had to work on myself. You know, as a man, I don't know why the gym a lot of the time is such a builder of self-confidence and pride, but I mean, that's where I started. Working out. Started off doing calisthenics, working out. I was never really in bad shape, but it was the discipline of it. Just, I'm going to work out every single day. I'm going to take a moment out my day to relax and read something. You know, I'm not saying I was on this Zen mode of meditating every day and drinking hot tea. And I wasn't perfect. But I knew that at the end of the day, I had to dive deeper because I was getting treated like shit. And life, in your life quality diminishes a lot when you aren't getting treated how you want to get treated by people. And it is what it is. The nice guy, the nice woman, they know they live a miserable life behind closed doors because they are not being who they truly are. Because they feel like they have to please everybody, to keep everybody liking them, to keep everybody in their good graces, or for them to be in good people's good graces. And in the day, it's just a vicious cycle that it gets worse and worse the older you get. And the only way to break out of that is find something that you can connect with that can help you build self-love. Because once you develop a strong level of self-love about yourself, the confidence comes. You can't just develop confidence out of thin air. You have to love yourself. Self-love is confidence, because when you self-love, you have self-love, you're going to do the things that somebody that loves himself does. You're going to eat healthier. You're going to work out. You're going to take care of your mental health. You're going to take care of your physical health. You're going to make sure that you got your things in line in your life because you care about yourself. You care about your future. You care about your future family. You want to be the best version of yourself because you love yourself. And you start putting the work in over months, over years, and you look up and you're a whole new different person. That's where the confidence comes from. That's where the self-belief comes from. So end of the day, the Mr. Nice Guy or the woman that's being a nice woman, end of the day, you have to realize that self-love is the answer. You are lacking self-love. That's why you're trying to seek it in other people. And that's what I had to come to terms with. And it's hard because nobody's going to sit you down and tell you that. They're going to just continuously let you be Mr. Nice Guy or Mr. Nice Woman because it benefits them. So instead of benefiting other people and not helping yourself, take a moment to yourself and ask yourself, what's going on with me? Because years can tick by and you look up and you're a completely shell of yourself because you haven't put the work in with yourself. You've let people just dog you out. You let friendships just run all over you. Relationships run all over you. Family run all over you because you haven't developed a strong level of self-respect for yourself yet because you haven't worked on yourself yet. So all I'm saying is, if you're somebody out there being nice and thinking, I'm just going to be nice and be extra nice to everybody and I'm just going to live a great life, I'm sorry to tell you, it's not going to happen. I mean, you can be a good person and live a great life. You can be a bad person and still live a great life. That's how it works out. I choose being a good person, but a lot of us know that we know some people that aren't really that good that live pretty good lives. I don't know why. Maybe that's just how the world works, and that's something that, hey, I don't have the answer to. But what I can tell you is being a doormat for people, it ain't the answer. The answer's in within, But I'm gone, man. Peace.